Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, Sierra Leoneans, especially una within the diaspora and una self with back home na Sierra Leone. This na David Bongo, the country owner from Kono News Network, and I want to tell all man thank you. Una will continuously listen to this channel. Una will not subscribe it. I ask for una subscribe, and the one that will don't subscribe, una continue for provide comments, share and like. This evening I get a special broadcast. We see a video where they go around, we come up from Mohammed Kamarainba Mansare, where they address the First Lady for involvement in the issue na Kono district. But again, as always, before I go ahead, I want to dedicate this particular broadcast to KMMRP via ECHO, all members of executives of Kono organizations. I want to tell una kudos for the effort una they play for at least una they stretch una self for let una make sure say the issues in the Kono district we address them appropriately. So coming back to Mohammed Kamarainba Mansare, we all know what thing don't happen historically in the last couple of years. What exactly have been the problem we surround behind Mohammed Kamarainba Mansare. And also before that, we know say Mohammed Kamarainba Mansare na man we been done team up election. He been done become a presidential candidate for a particular party. We are not able to call the name right now. And when we look at Mohammed Kamarainba Mansare as a political figure, and you look at the statement the way they make, we get for do with suffering masses, they are diametrically completely opposite each other. And I want to make everybody assess Kamarainba in most recent video where they accuse the First Lady in involvement in the demonstration where the workman then do na Kwedu Limited na Kono district. Kamarainba Mansare, before I come to the points then for talk to you, you dey claim say na Kono you comot. That na one. You dey also claim say you know a political figure, you want for rule Sierra Leone. Here is a situation who say workman then don't seize advantage pan them, then don't abuse them human rights. You dey talk, you not even mention one of that. And yet you want to become a political figure in Sierra Leone. You say na Kono you born. Since this incident don't take place, when you don't open your mouth for talk say yes, what thing they happen na Kono is not correct. Okay, put Kono aside. You want for be a president na Sierra Leone. This issue they happen to Sierra Leoneans. Which man and not common at their own country, then they can't fit here with government, then they can't fit here with First Lady, then they seize advantage from Kono people them. Where for even talk Kono, the list itself, the list of all the problems, for talk Kono na the mining area, a forbidden. Mohammed Kamarainba Mansare, where have you been all this while? Where was your voice when the mine workers were crying out for help? Where was your voice when they maltreated them, when people were dying underground? Where was your voice when people are being amputated as a result of accidents caused by Kwedu Limited? Where are you then? Where are you now? Mohammed Kamarainba Mansare, let me come to address you in a chronological order. Firstly, you misplace the appeal where the mine workers in the try for actually advocate for, where they still they advocate for. Addressing the First Lady instead of Kwedu Limited or the government misplaces accountability completely. The First Lady is not constitutionally responsible to pay salaries of private sector employees. Not to the First Lady in work dandy. If you are a potential leader or an aspiring leader for a nation and you really don't know that thing, and then I wonder why you be put your name forward for become a president. The First Lady is not responsible in no way for pay salaries of workmen the way they fight against apartheid company wey work for can practice apartheid inside Sierra Leone. Secondly, ignoring corporate responsibility, Kamarainba fails to hold Kwedu Limited accountable for unpaid salaries. You not even address that issue there. The workmen then they die underground. The money the way they don't hold illegally, then they pay them an exchange rate where they take more than 50% of the money away from them. You failed to address that particular issue. This not only enables corporate neglect, but also sets a dangerous precedent of absolving companies from their obligations to workers. You dey try for side the company for make sure say they not meet their obligations then to the workman them. Silence on human rights abuses. What do you talk about the human rights abuses? When you been in a prison, you open your mouth, you dey talk say they not dey treat you fine at prison. They may maltreat you. You will only human rights commissioners and talk on your behalf. You been dey cry all over the world for let people then pay attention to you. Today, then people they waiting na Kwedu Limited, where they work for Kwedu Limited, then they cry the same cry where you have been they cry. They're not in a prison, but they are suffering equally. In fact, some of them have even been injured beyond recognition, where they're not able to get any benefit from the injuries they get. So the video, you video, it not really mention anything we get for do with in the inhumane treatment where they give to the workman them. Okay, you disregard for systemic injustice in Kono. Kono people then they cry for a systemic injustice, historical injustice. You don't even mention one of that, and yet you call yourself Kono Pikin. Not just a Sierra Leonean, but you call yourself a Kono Pikin. Where the interest where you get for Kono? You dey try for campaign during the time where you been the campaign for presidency. You dey go and fool people that around saying na Kono, na Kono. Where the interest where you get for Kono, you fail completely for address the issue where Kono people then they face. You also show lack of solidarity with the Kono people. If you na a true son of Kono district, if you na a true patriotic Sierra Leonean, people then they die underground, then they fight for their safety, then they fight for the absolute basic human right. You fail to address all of those things, and yet you call yourself a presidential candidate, a potential leader of Sierra Leone. And these are the people of Sierra Leone suffering right now, but you dey fail for address them thing and day. We know say you video a politically motivated. You could be one of those journalists out there being paid by Kwedu Limited. I'm not saying it happened, but there's possibility that it did happen, or it is about to happen, or you dey talk favoratively in favor of people them where they victimize with brothers them, but then you want for mix them with your political motivation. Okay, next I will come to the points they were don't put down. Absence of historical context. You video it not show any understanding of Kono in history. Your video not show any empathy with the problems the way Kono people then they cry for. You focus on somebody who don't identify himself as a hero for go fight for Kono people them, and you team up that person the way don't take Kono them problem, put them forward. You they condemn that person there. This they show how you hate Kono, how you not care for Kono problems, how you really not even understand the problems the way Fatima Biogo fed for Kono district. You are completely asleep. You really you are confused, I think. You are completely confused. You dey out of sync with the problem at all. You know your ideas dey not synchronize with the problems the way the Kono people dem dey face. So I want for also tell you say not of Fatima Bio one grade bin don start this problem. Fatima Bio just came in maybe at the tail end of it. Other people dem bin don dey fight for this particular issue for the workman dem. Executives of Kono organizations, if you never knew, let me tell you that E.S.K bin don team up farm all along from the beginning up to this point in time. Why you not come after them people then dey? Why you not talk against the other people that way they fight for them workman them? Instead na Fatima Bio. Why just Fatima Bio? You get a hidden agenda for that. And also you oversimplify the problem where the people then get, where the workman then get. If you really been get any connection with any workman na Kwedu Limited, and you understand the struggles where they don't go through and where they still they go through, you no go oversimplify them problem. So I believe say you completely you disconnected with the actual problems the way the people then they face. You are completely disconnected with it. So you need for go do your homework very, very well, Kamarainba, before you come out against somebody who don't identify himself positively with the problems of Kono district. Whatever the case is, whatever people then they talk about Fatima Bio, today Fatima Bio na the light na Kono district. Anybody wait him up for fight him, for tell her anything we not correct, we all go fight against you. We will come after you in drones. So let you understand that. You come out once, we they come out 10 times. Fatima Bio, now don't show say, they listen to the problems of Kono, and nobody no go support anybody we want for derail that particular process. Failure to advocate for structural change. We dey try for create an avenue whereby we go get a structural, cultural change in all workplaces na Sierra Leone, not just Kwedu Limited. Wetin dem workman and they do right now na Kwedu Limited. If they succeed, na Sierra Leone don't succeed. Every other place whereby workman and they suffer in the hands of their employers. These fighters who Kwedu Limited they fight will help bring redemption to every walk of life. If you been dey listen keenly, if you dey follow this story, you go know say the Minister of Labour and Social Security wey na Honorable Mohammed Rahman Soare, if you listen, this gentleman don't fight a fight in words, a give assurance, a tell the people them where they work na Kwedu Limited, he identify with them problems. He show them say yes, in a human being. He even say if he put himself na the shoe of them people then they feel what it and they feel. You don't have an iota of that idea. You not even mention the people the way they fight for the people them for the aggrieved and afflicted workman them. You don't care about them. Instead, you political grievance, you try for bring them, you bring your vengeance out politically and forget about the social problems where they happen with the people that are Kono. You they continuously also, if you go with this concept where you get, you they undermine the local voices of Kono district. Not just Fatima Bio, not just the mine workers, but the entire Kono district. What you they try for do right now na for undermine the successes where other organizations and don't get, where they don't make for let them succeed in fighting against Kwedu Limited. You know the destruction where they don't do na Kono. You know the environmental problems where Kono and they suffer right now. People's houses are cracked. What have you said about that? That artificial mountain where they don't create na Kono, what have you said about that? You have not in a single moment mentioned any problem that Kono is going through. And yet, you say you're not a presidential candidate. And then you go against, you go after somebody where they identify himself with the problems of Kono district. Finally, I go tell you this. Your political interest, your aspirations, your ideas, your desire to become a president of Sierra Leone, wetin you dey do so right now, people dem go use am for evaluate against you. We all Sierra Leoneans dem go use am for evaluate your credibility of becoming a leader. You not get one leadership acumen, one idea of becoming a leader. You don't have that. Except in pockets of groups around, you could be a leader in a group of 4 or 5 people. But for say you get that leadership potential, Kamarainba, sometimes if we self we been get some credibility in you during then 10 and the way election day, you have destroyed that credibility. Waiting at the tell you now, go do your homework properly and leave Fatima Bio alone. Let it fight for the Kono people. If you say na Kono you come out, okay, we're not going to deny that, but we'll not see them in you at all. There's no sign in you that you come from Kono district. This na the message we I get for Kamarainba, fumble them. When they listen to me right now, when I can comment anything we wanna think say I don't say na we wanna get objection to, or wanna not like them, or anything we wanna want positively contribute to the messages the way I don't give, you are all very welcome. Again, this I dedicate them to KMMRP via ECHO when are executives of Kono organizations, and I also want to say kudos to all the KMMRP bloggers and all the members of executives of Kono organizations. I want to tell you all thank you, we will not give up. Let's keep fighting the fight. The end will justify the means.